Hello.
Hi.
Hi, chef.
Hi, chef. Thank you, chef.
Thank you, chef. Corner chef.
Up, behind.
Corner. Behind. 86.
Oh, we are 86.
We are 86.
Hands. I am 86, my hands. They're gone.
I'm 86 customer service.
Period.
That should not be happening.
No.
We are talking about The Bear.
The Bear. Season 3.
Season 3.
Of The Bear. The entire season.
Yeah, we're going to do a whole recap. Hopefully you watched it and we are not spoiling anything. But if we are, that's kind of your fault.
That's kind of your fault. Watch the show beforehand.
Yes.
Or don't. It's really dealer's choice at this point.
So we watched season 1 and season 2 a long time ago. Now we're finally on season 3 of The Bear. We love The Bear. Huge fans of The Bear. Working in the restaurant industry, we can both relate to The Bear. But this season, let's get into it.
Let us get into this season, please.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, what did you think? Well, we binge watched this season over the span of like 3 days, maybe. Mm-hmm. What did you think?
Okay, look, before we start with anything about what we thought, here is what's happening with The Bear, right? We have to understand that they're coming back from the writer's strike.
Okay.
So...
yeah, and the actor strike.
Yeah, so, I mean, more importantly, the writer, because, like, an actor is ready. If you're a good actor, you're always ready, okay?
If you don't get ready, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
Exactly. And so I think the writing is a little weak. I hate to say that. We hate to come on here and talk shit because we know that one day people will be talking shit about us, hopefully. That's the plan. But I think it was a little bit weak, all right? I thought, like, it was just, like, an ASMR, like, music video the whole time.
There were so many montages of mishmash that at a certain point I felt like I was in a fever dream. I felt like because even they opened, I don't know if you remember, the first episode of this season is like a weird montage of the past, the present, and you're like, and no dialogue. For like 35 minutes. I felt like
we had no idea what was happening. We had no idea if we were in the past or the present. Like, I felt like a time traveler who like broke the machine.
Yeah.
Like I was like, me and Kate were like, is this before or after? Is this before or
no,
after?
seriously.
And then we're like, the scar, it must be after. Yeah. Like, there was so many things we were like, what is happening? And so that was my whole thing about it. Like, I'm just like, I thought it was a bad season.
Okay.
I thought it was beautifully shot.
The cinematography is beautiful.
Yeah. The acting's still great. The actors act their tits off.
No, literally they chomp.
I just think that the writing was weak. And I think the reason why the writing was weak is because I think they had to like rush into writing and they probably didn't want to make any moves that felt permanent. So to me, it felt like everyone was at a standstill. Like things were happening, but nothing was happening.
I was literally going to say, you hit the nail on the head with that. Like, I feel that nothing really changed that much during the course of the season. Like, I don't remember. It's probably takes place over the span of like a month or something. It feels like the season itself, those 10 episodes happen in a short time span. But yeah, nothing really changed. Nothing really changed. Like, the only thing that changed is that Sugar had her baby.
Yeah, and even that is just like, I mean, I guess the baby has to come out. You know what I mean? It doesn't even feel like a move.
Right.
It's just like the baby does have to come out.
Right.
And
yeah, okay.
It felt like a lot of arguing, like Richie and Carm arguing all the whole time, don't never make up. Like,
yeah, they never
Sydney and Carm are in this weird place where she's kind of like wants her foot out, and is not really feeling the whole like new menu list, but doesn't say anything.
Right.
And it stays like that the whole season.
And then she doesn't make a move. Right.
Marcus is grieving his mom, doesn't want to talk about it. It stays like that the whole season.
Yeah.
He talks about it a little bit with Tina, but it just feels like no moves were made because they don't want to rush anything and make mistakes, which I respect. Like, the characters are so good, relationships are so good that maybe in a situation where you're writing just to get something out there, you do not want to rush it and kill the characters, however we feel about them, you know, like kill some, like, oh, Carm would never do that, Marcus would never do that,
Right.
So maybe they're just like being a little bit too precious with it.
I feel like as well, it felt like it was almost like a half of a season, because you know how even at the end of the final episode it says to be continued, which is like, so it felt like, but it didn't feel like
I was like, hopefully not this shit will be continued. Hopefully to be continued into a better fucking show.
Something developing.
Yeah.
It kind of felt, it felt like a half of a season for me.
Yeah.
Or like when they split movies into 2 parts.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
sometimes it's necessary.
Okay. Sometimes it's
like Harry Potter. Necessary.
Yeah. Like Hunger Games season 4. Season 4 of the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be in 2 parts.
Well, sometimes it's money.
I feel like it's all money most of the time.
Like Total Eclipse, Twilight. That one was right.
Oh my God! It was Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn. Yeah, Breaking Dawn.
That was in 2 parts too.
That was in 2 parts. Sometimes it's a money grabber, which I get it.
That was another one. Did not need to be in 2 parts.
I get it.
I get it. Honey, capitalism at its finest.
Capitalism really popped off.
That was your phrase of the week, and it really needs to go away.
Well, for 4th of July, it should have been.
And yeah, why is the Wicked movie going to be in 2 parts too?
I don't know. That's your people. That's musical theater. You tell me.
I wish I could understand, but I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get it. Periodpointblank.com. But yeah.
So we already talked about what we didn't like.
Yes.
Let's at least try to be a little bit positive, because there was some good things.
And what did we say? We love it. That was so bad. Okay. Thank God I don't do stand-up comedy, because my transitions are horrific.
No, you're.
Do you have something smoother?
Yeah.
To say? All right, I'll let you take this transition.
All right, let me show you how a pro does it.
Ready?
Yellow leather, red leather,
red leather,
yellow leather.
So to the unique New York.
So there were many things we didn't like about this show, but let's get into what we did like in our segment.
We love it. There we go. Wow, that was good.
Yes.
Wow. So, I'm going to leave the transitions to you, I think. That's probably fair.
You got to try them to get better.
Oh, that was rough.
So we love it. Let's talk about the things we loved.
Okay.
God,
well, I would say I have to take my moment of we love it for Jamie Lee Curtis's, like, her star turn as Donna.
Pop it.
Bergazzo? Is that Bergazzo?
Mm-hmm.
Her moment in the episode when Sugar is giving birth and her being such a mom, she's an incredible actor, and they wrote her.
No, when she's on, baby, she is on. When she's there, she is there. I don't think she steals the spotlight. But when Jamie Lee Curtis is on camera, you are like, oh, an actor is acting.
And I feel like it took she's been so successful, but I'm glad that she's getting her flowers as an older woman actress.
Right, yeah.
Like, she's so good, but she was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And B, there was... It was just like so annoying. It was so fucking annoying for her to be so insane and so obnoxious. But then at the end of the day, like moms do, she was right. Like, she was right with helping, with coaching Sugar through the breathing. Oh my God. Why are moms, it doesn't matter how crazy of a mom you are,
you're always right.
You're always right at some point in time. A clock always strikes 12 twice a day.
No, that's not the same.
Okay, so I can't.
That's not the same. You said what does 12 o'clock have to do with anything? Because that's not the same. It's a broken clock is right twice a day. That's the same. And I can't believe me, out of all people, between you and I, that's the saying. The saying is not a clock.
Like,
what is that?
because it's a broken clock.
Yes.
shit. Okay.
But
I'm an idiot. So
how shitty of us to be like, moms are broken clocks. We're like, even a broken clock.
No, but seriously.
No, for real.
I felt like it was such a perfect moment to express that sentiment, where a broken clock is correct twice a day, because she's so messed up. She's so like crazy and like erratic.
It was part of my We Love It Too. It was one of my
No way.
I thought it was so good to just kind of see like her be crazy but take ownership, and like when she's rubbing when Sugar is giving birth and she's rubbing her back, and then she goes, "You have your father's ass," and then she starts laughing. Like I just thought
was
like
so good.
It was so good to just see like, you know, she's not always crazy. Like she does try to be a good mom. It was really sad when she left, you know, when Pete came and she left.
I know.
But it was really cool that Sugar sent her a picture of the baby and was like, wow, you know, like
Yeah.
I love that. I hope, you know, we get to see kind of Mama D, you know,
Soften up and
get some good light, because I think we need to see sometimes that, you know, being a mom, you're not always perfect.
Yeah.
But you do love your kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was so sweet. Oh my God, when she was playing this song.
And neither of us are mothers. So I'm so glad we said that.
I'm like, capitalism really popped off.
Baby, I love you.
Oh my God, the song when she was playing and they were just like crying. Oh my God, not me tearing up.
This is the second episode you cry.
It's so embarrassing.
But we could be sponsored by Kleenex.
Oh.
So...
please, achoo. Oh, boo-hoo. That's my tagline for it. But yeah, I thought she was so, I agree. I thought it was so tender. And I know we said like the writing was a little rough, but I don't think that, like, I think some of the dialogue in between characters and the character development writing was so good,
right?
But the plot writing was
exactly, because the writers are still good fucking writers.
Yeah,
you can't take that away from them. I just think that the writing was weak because of maybe the time frame they had to come up with writing, and also not wanting to make any strong moves and ruin, and like out of haste, you know what I mean. And now you like have to like backpedal in season 4. So I'm still a fan of the Bear and the writers on that are on the Bear. One of my favorite, We Love It, and it's Tina's episode.
Stop.
Ayo Atterbury pops.
Ayo.
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 Ayo. Ayo Atterbury. That sounds better. Like Ayo Atterbury. But Ayo really pops off at directing this episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She has an eye for being a director. Like sometimes I get annoyed when I hear like certain people directed the episode, you know, on the show they're on. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, totally.
But I was like, wow, like she just told that story so well. All the emotions you felt, and that's really like the important part, I think, of like directing is like, you know, being like, let's get it from this angle, that angle, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. So I thought it was great. I mean, I just love Tina. Tina's one of my favorite characters.
She's so good.
And just to see her, like, I just felt for her, because it's like, you know, you're at a job 15 years, they fire you, you have the experience, but you don't have the college degree,
or the creds or whatever.
And that really fucking sucks that we live in some kind of world like that, where you know, we say, oh, because you didn't do 4 years of school, because you weren't getting blacked out at fraternity parties for 4 years.
No, literally, because you didn't skip your 8 a.m. intro to theater class.
Right,
like,
exactly. So loved it. What happened?
My laugh scared me. Yeah, it was really spooky. I'm sorry.
It probably spooked the listeners. They said, I didn't know this is a horror story. Funny part about Tina's well, I love Tina. I see Tina in like myself. I see Tina in my aunt. I see Tina in my neighbor. Like sometimes you just have to cry in a sandwich. You know what I mean? Like we've all been there, girl.
Been there.
And what was funny to me watching it with you was we're watching this episode, and if you haven't watched this episode, her husband is like really supportive and really there for her.
Yeah.
She loses her job, and you know, this is at a point where the landlord raises the rent, and they're just going through a hard time. They have a son. And the husband is really nice, and he's like, you know, I got some extra hours. Oh, my cousin, you know, hit me up. He said he's got like a extra job for me, $800 a week, $800 for the job. And I look at you and I go, he's cheating on her, isn't he?
You're a nut.
I'm so pessimistic. Like, can't men be good anymore?
No, he's literally just so pure and so supportive.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, does he have a job? No one wants to hire an old lady. And he's like, beautiful young woman. You're like, he's a cheater. Yeah. He is a cheater, and he probably murdered her son, and his corpse is sitting in his bedroom. You know what I mean?
No, I'm literally like, something's up to no good. Like, follow him, Tina.
And then
follow him, Tina, to this $800 gig.
But then also you look at me and you go, you could never be that supportive. You go, you would never do that. I was like, what? Shots fired at me for no reason. I can't. So sorry.
You do that to me too. You do that to me too. Don't act.
I know.
Don't act.
Well, now I like to do it because now it's fun.
It is
now
fun.
that I understand that it's a flair for the dramatics and it's not like serious.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, ugh.
No, everything with Hispanics is a flair for dramatics.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
So yeah, that's one of my, and I think like that's the best episode out of the season
Okay.
for me, the Tina episode.
Yeah.
And I think it really would have popped off had it been surrounded by chaos. Like, had it been surrounded by the normal Bear kind of writing.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, nothing else happens, and then we have to go see Tina's, like, back history where, like, nothing else happens for the present or the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of like...
It would have been a nice, like, moment of stillness.
Yes.
In a weird way.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If that would have been surrounded by the regular, like a regular Bear episode season, that episode would have popped off.
Yeah.
It would have hit a little bit harder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, weird question. Mm-hmm. Would you want to go eat at the Bear?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
I like keep thinking about it and I'm like, ooh, some of those dishes look so good.
But if it's the Bear and I know Carm is like going crazy back there, I don't want that stress food. I don't want that.
Why don't you want the stress food?
I don't want that shit.
No.
I want food that's like made with love and just like care. Even though it is, he's like, fire Wagyu again, fire.
I'm getting fired right now.
That's literally me playing Overcooked. I'm like,
oh my
hands,
God.
who's doing the dishes? Fire the Wagyu, get me the potatoes, get me the chicken.
Why are you throwing that into the ocean? Oh my God! Wow. That is exactly what it's like.
Yeah. I'm literally Carm.
You are Carm. You are literally Carmy when we play Overcooked.
I love Overcooked.
I love it, but it does give me a little anxiety.
Does it give you anxiety? Is anxiety, or do I give you anxiety?
I think it's you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're going for a Michelin star. You and I worked in... big shout out to the Fax brothers.
Wait, okay, yeah, that was my other
love it.
That was my
yeah.
other... Because I feel like we got to see... I feel like I don't remember like the other brother...
No, yeah.
As much in the earlier seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved getting to see their family dynamic more. And sort of how they just are... They truly are just like the gremlins. Like
the haunting. I'm getting haunted.
John Cena was
Sometimes
so random.
I didn't want John Cena there. I'm like, please stop.
No, but he tried to eat.
But he didn't make sense there. Mark Wahlberg would have made sense there.
Please.
You know what I mean? Like
John Cena wishes he could be Mark Wahlberg. he wishes he could.
I just don't see him as like, not that the facts are fuck ups, but I just don't see him like John Cena is such a clean boy to me. That I don't see him as a fact. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Love the facts. A lot. I feel like there was a lot of improv between the facts.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
I feel
like a lot of their conversations were improv.
Yeah. I felt like there was a lot of improv, period.
Yes. Yeah.
And sometimes I think that's okay. And sometimes I think we should stick to the script.
Sometimes it's too much.
Sometimes we stick to the script.
But
But that's because I can't improv. So
Right. No,
as shown by my transitions earlier.
No. You're getting there. You're getting there. Your transitions are getting better.
Yes, and
So I know you and I worked in a restaurant. We've talked about it before.
yeah.
How is the bear any different from our experiences personally?
Well, I worked at a restaurant that was kind of like the bear, like a fine dining.
You did.
And that was, it's fucking obnoxious.
Uh-huh.
And but at the same, I was really trying to think about it because I worked at a bougie restaurant, like with the French Brigade, with the executive chef, with the CDC, all like that whole lineup. Like
You've also done almost every type of restaurant.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, I feel like I've worked at restaurants that were like the original beef and a restaurant that was like the bear. And you know what I mean?
Because Coogan's is the beef.
Coogan's is the beef.
Coogan's is the beef.
Even when I worked at B Squared, that was like moments of the beef.
But it had it was a little bit upper class.
Yeah.
Coogan's is the beef.
Coogan's is the beef.
Coogan's is the beef. But
Shout out to Quincy drinking sangria out of the fridge. Never forget. Like Coogan's is the beef. Wow. Literally.
yeah.
And yeah, I feel like I've seen both sides of that type of world. And first of all, being in the front of the house compared to the back of the house is way more fun. Like being like a server or a bartender or whatever compared to being in the kitchen.
Front of house,
baby. FOH. FOH. But I at the same time I can understand and appreciate the structure of like the kitchen brigade is what it's called. Like when I worked at
Kitchen Brigade is when it's like bougie.
Yeah, so the kitchen brigade it's based on I think it's French, but it's basically the chef, like with the executive chef, the chef de cuisine, the sous chef, like the whole, everyone has a role and you're part of it's like a brigade, like it's an army basically. Okay. You all have your roles. And and when I worked at La Conda Verde, it's such a big place, and a lot of those bougie restaurants are usually tied to like a hotel or something. So
yeah,
you need that, as obnoxious as it is, and they have all these weird protocols that is so dramatic. Like you have to like call and you have to say like, thank you, chef. Like it feels so absurd.
Obnoxious.
And most of the time it is. But if you don't have that in such a big establishment, it literally, you would have it would be like the beef. It would be the beef. Like
it'll crumble. But Coogan's worked.
Coogan's worked.
Coogan's was the beef in the sense that like I feel like when we wrote this down, like this little segment down, I said I like looked at the beef and I was like, that's Coogan's.
Yeah.
Full of personality.
Yeah.
Just oh my God, full of personality, full of like drama, but like full of friendship, full of love, like just when
an Adderall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when the guys were like serving the sandwiches and they were like, when we saw in Tina's episode,
yes,
and they're like, oh fuck you, like like Mike again,
yeah,
you know, like to the customers,
yes,
like being like, fuck you, I'm giving your sandwich away, like fucker,
literally.
Like, that's something that like would happen at Coogan's.
Oh
like,
my God,
especially like as a bartender, you just have relationships with your customers, like you know. I made great money at Coogan's because of the regulars.
Yeah.
And you know, that's how you would fuck with regulars sometimes. And also like when they're giving the sandwich, they're like, how you doing, handsome? We want handsome. What can I get you? That's how you would talk to people at Coogan's. Like, you'd be like, yo, what's up, handsome? Good to see you. You know what I mean?
But so, like you could never do that in a fancy restaurant.
Exactly.
Or it's inappropriate.
Exactly. And you know, I've always thought like, damn, like I never got to work in like a high end restaurant like that, a bougie, but I don't know if that's where I fit. You know what I mean? I feel like if I'm that boring, like, yes, chef, I feel like I'd come off like a bitch. You know, I feel like my personality kind of lets you be like, oh, Ashlyn's not a bitch. She's just a playful bitch.
Oh, she's a playful bitch.
She's not a serious bitch.
But I feel like, I mean, maybe behind, like, you know, again, back of house, like you need that, but I feel like because I felt that way too. I was like, I am not this stuffy. I remember when I first started working at La Conda. You
kind of are. More than me. More than me.
Okay. Well, I can play the game. Like.
Well, the thing is that you like to act like a gay man, and I think sometimes that can be translated into stuffy.
all the gays listening to this are going to come after you.
They're quaking.
They're quaking. They're going to come
No,
after
they're going
you.
to take that as a compliment.
I don't know if being called stuffy is a compliment.
Why is it not? I heard gay men love to be stuffed.
Only if you're a bottom.
Or
if you're
Berry.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. That's hilarious.
But yeah, so a lot, watching the Bear always reminds me of Cougars, especially when they go to the beef and the relationship, like Richie, like we had our Richie, you know what I mean? Like you had people who you felt were like family, and you could be like, fuck off, go fucking do your job, or I'm gonna fucking kill you. But like nothing would happen, you know what I mean?
Quincy would get fired every
Left
other
to
week.
right.
He was
Left
an
to
icon.
right, and then he would come back and we say, Quincy, good to see you, man. How you been? I went on vacation, man.
Quincy was amazing.
He's a fantastic. He get drunk off the free sangria that was in the fridge. Everyone knew. Sometimes he could handle the liquor. Sometimes he couldn't. You know what I mean? Sometimes
when he would look at you with his little wonky eye.
Yeah. Oh, when he would stare at tables, you're like, go home.
Go home.
Pack it up.
Pack it
the
fuck up and get out of here.
Yeah. Oh. He was the sweetest. He was like, he's so genuine, like
a brother.
Yeah. But just a fuck up, dude.
Just
it's so
psycho.
funny.
He was so funny.
You know, when I saw like, you know, them be nice to Tina, like.
Yes.
When she walks into the beef and they're nice to her and they're like, here you go, like here's a sandwich for free. Like he gives her the coffee for free first.
Yeah.
And then he gives her the sandwich for free. And, you know, it like made me, and you know, Tina's going through what she's going through, and it was like, and it made me think like, damn, I wish I was like a nicer bartender. You know what I mean?
But
like
you were a nice bartender.
Like, yeah, but I feel like I never did that kind of stuff. But then I remembered the fuckery, and I was like, nah, fuck them. They got everything they fucking deserved.
Also, people at Coogan's were outrageous and egregious, I would say.
It was a very regulars bar, and a lot of people felt like home there.
Felt very comfortable.
And when we say home, it's like they felt like their word was God. Yeah.
And you had to say, no.
Actually, I'm God.
Actually,
God is a woman, and it's me. God is a lesbian in Doc Martens. So please get the fuck out of my bar.
Cursing you out, but she'll give you a blue moon on the house. You know what I mean? She'll give you a shot. You want a shot of JMO?
You want relax, handsome. Relax.
I don't
handsome. Let's have a shot of Jameson.
Handsome is giving like Mr. Miller energy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, like I feel like bougie restaurants, they do have a sense of community and family, but sometimes those like the greasy spoons are just like the ones that you feel the closest to. Like I worked the same amount of time at Coogan's, almost the same as I did at La Conda Verde, and like I mean I found you at Coogan's, so that's like, but the relationships were so close knit and like tight. I mean, I don't know.
No, there's something about being in the dungeon together that makes you closer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's just something about like just being in the grit. Like, you know, it's a different vibe. And I love Coogan's. And when I watch it and they show the beef, I'm like, oh man, good old days.
I know. But some of the bougie time, like the bougie things at the Bear, like when they would have like I forget what they called them, like the VIPs basically. It did make me think of like all the bougie times, like when we had Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in our restaurant, all the celebs. That was and that's kind of exciting. I don't know, and you'd have to be like putting on the show.
I hate having celebs in. I hate having them in. It's such a big deal how you treat them. Like, I like having a regular Joe Schmo nurse walk in and you just go, you've had a hard day, sweetheart. And she goes, I sure have. And you go, let's have a shot of tequila.
No, seriously.
You know what I like and the
this
regular
is why
Joe.
You're like, this is why I need to stay at the beef and I can't work at the Bear. I can't work at the Bear.
Exactly.
I hope in season 4 of the Bear, they show more of the front of house staff. I'm like, these motherfuckers are messy.
They will.
Servers are messy.
You know what I need though? You know what I need? I need like a Mexican that does not speak English in that kitchen.
Stop. No.
Because let me tell you something. Well, you know what? It's not based in New York though. So.
Oh.
Because I'm
but
Well, I don't know. I don't really know. But
Oh,
in New York, if you walk into a kitchen, there is a Mexican, okay, who does not speak English, but that
Please.
motherfucker can cook anything you
Cook
need.
down.
Italian,
Cook
French,
down.
anything you need.
Oh my God. I mean, B Squared was literally filled with like we had a whole Mexican kitchen, and we had like an Ecuadorian dishwasher who absolutely did not speak English, but would
The
absolutely
best.
be the sweetest human, and they would make me anything I wanted, any Italian food. And it was better than the bougie food. I hate to say it.
Mexicans are so giving in the back of house.
Yes.
They're so giving. Like fucking Dominicans, go fuck yourself. You fucking act like that fucking kitchen is yours. Like you fucking went personally and bought all that shit with your credit card. Fuck you.
Please.
Like fuck you. But Mexicans, man, you're like, yo, let me get a chicken parm. They're like, I got you.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
Mexicans are
God.
the best. So I do want to see, a Mexican back there that doesn't speak English.
But
you
is
know,
like,
for
but is like,
authenticity.
but is literally sneaking dishes off to the servers in exchange for like tequila or something. Because that's like usually, or like for like a one of the like the plastic quarts of beer. Because that's the real exchange happening.
And that's the tea, Christine.
That's the tea, Christine. Thank you. Thank you.
What's our next segment?
Okay, so I would like to propose a new segment that we're going to talk about, which is, we're watching all these trendy things. What's the street saying? Huh?
Oh,
All right.
Wow.
This is the episode where we realize Kate should not be making transitions.
No, you were killing it. And then you said, huh? I said, okay. Where was pushing it?
I said, huh?
When you were like, what's the street saying? Huh? That's what you said. What's the street saying? Huh?
Getting a little city slicker. Okay, well then you give me your transition.
Ayo, Atterbury, what's the street saying?
We can't do that for her thing she's not in. So what's the street saying? What are people talking about? What's the street saying? Huh?
So what are people talking about? One thing that I did see was apparently, supposedly, allegedly, when there's
Inevitably.
evidently, remember the part where, and what's the street saying is like things on the internet.
Yeah.
Me and Kate live on the internet. I know we've based this already. I don't know if we said
No.
this. We live on the internet, like literally, like we pay rent there. We are always on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram.
I
So
know.
we're like all up on the scoop. So that's what that's the segment.
What's the street saying?
What's the street saying?
huh?
That's going to stay in.
I
That
know,
has to be it.
It has to.
So I saw this thing that apparently remember that part where Richie looks at the floor and there's a fork on the floor?
Yes. Yeah.
And you know how neat it looks?
Okay. I don't remember that.
Apparently,
Oh no.
when a fork is on the floor,
Yes.
that means that a review person is in. And remember that the guys took all the pictures for
Of the reviewers.
Yeah.
The food critics. Yeah.
And because remember he looks at the fork and he looks at it weird and then he looks at the bag
Yeah.
and like it doesn't really get explained like what's happening. So supposedly that he noticed that there was a review person there.
Oh, and he didn't say anything.
I think so.
Oh, that's kind of shady.
I think so.
kinda live.
Or we're gonna find out that he did like extra.
Tried. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Wait, that's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I love.
yeah.
But there are things that are.
I learned that from a TikTok from this girl Pamela Cordoza or something like that.
Thanks, Pammy.
Yeah, thanks Pam. Go follow her.
Pamela. But it's so funny because that seems so outlandish, but there really are codes in restaurants. Like there have to be codes to signify things that maybe aren't as.
Oh my God! When the health inspector comes.
Stop. What? Okay. What was it called at Coogan's? Because I remember what it was called at Laconda. Do you remember?
No, you would just see. You would just see like everyone being like the health inspector. You'd be like, what? The health inspector.
No, seriously.
Like everyone running around. Health inspector.
We had it. I probably shouldn't say what the code word is in case people go.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Go ahead.
I
Just
don't
say
work
it.
there anymore.
Just say it. Just say it. Go.
Okay.
Just say it. No, say
Okay,
it. Say it. Be
don't-
naughty.
Don't get mad at me.
Naughty.
Naughty. we had a button on our POS system, so where you would type in the orders and put everything in, that signified.
Okay, don't say the word then.
Yeah, that signified that the health inspector came, and it was a different type of cuisine than what we served at the restaurant.
Oh,
so that's how you would, and
it was like In-N-Out Burger.
No, literally, they're like animal style, animal style, and we get sent to every single. I guess like the way the POS system, like it
like
some,
the
certain
bars.
tickets,
Yeah.
And so it would get sent to everyone. Drama, baby,
Anal beads. Everyone's running around.
Oh my God.
I would have, if I had a restaurant, that'd be it. Anal beads.
Can you imagine being the new server and being like, anal beads? What the fuck is that? Yeah. So that's okay. I do believe that is.
Yeah. So because you had our own code.
Because we had like our own code. But then you would still have to go around and be like, health inspector here.
I hated when the health inspector came in because it didn't matter. Like it wasn't about being dirty. Just sometimes. Sometimes the orange doesn't look good. You know what I mean? And they're fucking, it's like a test and you're like, oh my God, it's going to be me to get a fucking C or something.
No, seriously. And at the end of the health inspector rules are also so insane that I even think about with oranges, like with garnishes for drinks. It's like they need it all closed. And you're like, okay, but that in service, when things are moving, no one has time to do that properly.
Things are moving, Jerry. So why don't you fucking move it?
So, Jerry.
Slap that A.
Jerry, give me that goddamn A.
Slap that A
Jerry,
on my
fucking window. And don't make me hide it. Don't make me have to find a secret place to hide that I have a C grade. Please let me get that A and understand that I'm going to give you a cute little meal.
Remember, a cute little meal is crazy. Remember when Coogan's had Coogan's was around the track meet, like the armory?
Yes.
And a lot of famous track stars have gone there, like on 168.
Yeah.
And so Coogan's had a lot of jerseys track jerseys that they would hang.
Yeah.
From the ceiling.
Yeah.
And I remember it was there for forever. And I remember one day I walk in and they're all gone. They had a new health inspector and the health inspector was like, "This is a fire hazard."
Which it probably was.
But it's the beef, okay? It's the beef.
I know. Oh my God.
But it probably was. But it was a sad goodbye. That's when we lost our personality.
Yeah.
When we lost the beef, as I would like to say.
That's true.
What else are the streets saying?
Okay. Well, the streets. Mm-hmm. The streets have been talking about this, not just with the one star Jeremy Allen White, but the streets are talking about Rat Boy Summer. Have you heard about it?
I have not, but why?
So
why?
It kind of came to fruition with the Challengers, with the two male leads in the Challengers with Zendaya.
Okay.
And they're saying it's the rise of the Rat Boy. So basically their features, they're they're not conventionally attractive, but they're still attractive or hot. Mm-hmm. But they all have rat features, I guess. And so I like to say that Jeremy Allen White, aka Carmi, is the Rat King. Mm-hmm. He definitely is. He is the Rat King. Mm-hmm. He is going to be in a community.
Is he the Rat King?
He's the Rat King. He's going to be in a community theater production of The Nutcracker this Christmas as the Rat King, fighting off the Nutcracker.
I was gonna be like, for real? I was like, that's so nice of him. He's so giving.
He's so giving. No, but he is the Rat King, and so I need to know. Do we agree? How do you feel about the rat, the idea of the rise of the Rat Boy?
Here's the situation. I went through this with Miles Teller before, okay? Miles Teller.
I think he might be, I don't know if he's a rat boy, but.
I don't think he's a thumb face. He's not a rat boy. He's definitely a thumb face.
He is ugly.
I am so sick of ugly men being so. When was the last time an ugly woman was popular like that? Or when has it been Rat Girl Summer?
This is
Give me Rat Girl Summer. I'm so sick of men being ugly and getting away with it.
And being celebrated as sexy. If it was Rat Girl Summer, rat girls are only allowed to play characters like Moaning Myrtle and little snivelly bitches. they're all meant to play like ugly, quirky characters. They would never be given a role where they're like, go off, girl,
No.
shake your ass.
The only rat girl that we sexualize is Minnie Mouse. She is the only rat girl that we. Other than that, we never celebrate ugly women. That's fucked up.
Minnie's not ugly though.
But she's a rat.
She's a mouse.
Okay, no worries.
Potato, potato.
No worries. No worries. Even a clock is at 12 p.m. Even
Twice
a clock
a day.
goes at 12:10 p.m.
Shut the fuck up.
Even a clock goes at 12:13 p.m.
Literally,
twice
shut
a day.
the fuck up. Oh my god. No, like
What?
it's so absurd.
Could you imagine? You know, like, and this is why I'm like, it feels good to be gay. It feels good to be gay because I never have to deal with no rat king. I don't have to deal with this ugliness rat. However, he is hot.
You're like, here's the plot twist. He is sexy.
But he's not sexy. He is hot though. He's grungy. He's just like
He looks like a
he's
line cook.
Yes. He
Like-
looks like someone who works too hard, will never have any time for you, is emotionally unavailable,
And will smoke
drinks,
cigarettes,
and make you a good pizza, and then never call you back. So of course, you
Yeah.
know, of course he's hot.
And of course, and the girls are like,
You're like feral.
They're feral for him.
Like, it's crazy.
I know. It's not right. It's not right. I'd like to petition.
You know who's a female who has a rat face?
Who?
What's that actress name that played Missy on Netflix?
You have to be more specific with the
The
film.
Missy with David Spade.
Oh, the wrong Missy?
The wrong Missy.
Her name is like Lauren Lapkus or something.
Yeah.
She was in Orange is the New Black too.
Yeah.
You think she looks like a rat?
She just has rat face.
Okay. Yeah, kind of.
Or like mouse.
Weird girl. Yeah.
Mouse face.
Mouse face.
I'll say mouse because she's a girl. You're looking at me like I said the wrong thing.
No.
Oh, we could call men rat, but we can't call women rat? Come on, man.
Justice for...
Come on.
Come on.
Equal rights, equal rat.
Equal rat. It's rat summer in New York City, but it's because I'm literally drop kicking rats running through my basement trying to throw in my garbage.
I also feel like that phrase rat boy summer did not come from anyone who deals with rats in the city, because you would never want to fucking say that.
I'd be like, get away from me. Like what? Rats. What's up with like pizza rat? Like, please. I'd like to petition.
Yeah, Ratatouille being all hot.
No, not Ratatouille being all hot.
Yeah, they're showing He's literally Ratatouille. He's a chef.
He is. Oh my god,
showing off Ratatouille's cooking skills, trying to get us to procreate
with rats.
With rats, the rat agenda is insane.
They should do a live action version of Ratatouille
Played
with
by
Jeremy Allen White playing Remy the rat. That would be incredible. I'm gonna option that to Disney. I think that'll get picked up.
Let me write Disney an email.
I'm like, hang on.
Hello, Disney.
I'm like, that's actually brilliant. I don't think it is, but
that's actually a slay.
Capitalism really popping off. I'd like to petition. Driver, roll up the partition, please. Yeah. I would like to petition for a Pooh Bear Girl summer where I can, because I tried to think about like how I would describe my own features with an animal. It would be like a little bear with like a little tummy, just want to eat in some honey.
With a crop top,
wearing a crop top.
Yeah,
my little tummy out.
Oh man,
that's sad for me.
What would I want to be? I'm a kangaroo girl. Kangaroo pouch summer.
Why? Oh, kangaroo pouch.
Yeah.
Are you the Joey in the pouch?
No. I'm the kangaroo holding the pouch, holding the baby.
Will they also beat up people?
Who?
Kangaroos.
Well, don't step to them. That's the problem. People be in their faces. Mind your business. Mind your business. What are you doing around a kangaroo? I've never been around the kangaroo.
You don't live in Australia.
I've never been punched in the face by a kangaroo. You know why? Because I've never been around a kangaroo.
So what, you move to Australia, you are driving, minding your business, and then a kangaroo walks up.
And he walks up and he just punches you in the face. That's what you're telling me? That you're just walking up? No, people are aggravating them. And they like, motherfucker, I got these hands. They start jumping. I'm not, mind your business. You know, when people get bit by sharks in the water, you know what they always say?
What?
They always like, people, you know, the interviewer would be like, are you never going back out in the water? They'd be like, no, actually, I have more respect for them. Because at the end of the day, I'm in their water. They always say that. And they always sound like that. Apparently, you get bit and your fucking voice box
changes.
Yeah.
But you're just missing like a hand or something.
Okay,
like,
where has this turned into? What episode is this?
I don't know. Okay. Reverting back. So, okay. Rat Boy Summer is not a sleigh in my book. I don't agree with it.
Boy any summer is not.
No, any boy summer. Boys aren't allowed to have summer. They're not allowed to have seasons. Men have everything.
You get one season.
Men, no.
And it's the one.
Men don't deserve anything.
It's a February in New York.
Oh, that's so
men
sad.
Don't deserve. Men are nice. Okay, come on. Come on.
Tina's husband was nice. Okay.
I told you there was something wrong with it.
You're so stupid. So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. We've discussed in our dream world that, excuse me, I have a hiccup or a burp. I don't know what it was. Okay.
Yummy.
Tasty.
Go ahead.
If you could open a restaurant, first of all, would you? And
No.
second of all, I know. And then, but what type of restaurant? What would be like your restaurant that you'd want to have?
I talked about this before. If I was to open up a restaurant, it would be like a sandwich cocktail place.
Yeah.
And I would sell, of course, coffee in the morning, but espresso martinis at night.
Yeah.
But it would be like a coffee cocktail sandwich spot. Ooh. I love sandwiches. I think you can do so many things with a sandwich.
Yeah.
So many things. Literally.
The passion.
The world is your oyster
Yeah.
with a sandwich. You can literally make an oyster sandwich. Like, there is nothing that you can't do with a sandwich.
It's true.
Nothing. And so I would have a sandwich shop, some nice cocktails to go with it. I'll probably name it, I don't know, what's the beef? I don't know. I'll name it Ayo Adaberry. What about you?
Well, I actually said I too love a good sandwich, but we've also talked about having sandwiches, like a sandwich spot.
Kate was not a sandwich girl until she met me. I want to make that very clear. So here she is stealing my thoughts.
And I'm mad at you because I thought I was going to differentiate because I wanted to have coffee at mine, but you spoiled everything.
She's mad at me.
I'm mad at you.
She's mad at me because I'm
mad at you.
You're mad at me because I added coffee to my shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my shop. But then I realized that basically for me would be like a panaderia, like a sandwich spot with good coffee, maybe some pastry. And then I would say I would like pastries, but I would want like the French pastries, like I want beignets. But then it's just turning into a hodgepodge. Like,
I think that's what it's called, hodgepodge. You never know what you're gonna get.
I love.
You can walk in there.
It's not gonna be like the bear. It's gonna be like the beef.
It's not gonna be the bear, and it's not gonna be the beef.
The beef.
It's gonna be more like Wendy's.
Listen, a Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger ain't nothing like it. Okay.
All right, guys, that's been
like
our episode. Thank you so much for coming here and listening to us. We didn't derail this much.
No, we were pretty good.
High five.
High five. High five.
High five.
Low five.
Okay.
Medium five. Medium five.
Medium five.
No.
Medium five. Gotcha, loser.
I can't believe you did that.
We will see you next week. We are talking about... What movie are we watching?
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
We are watching...
Bring It On. We went from a newie to an oldie. No, newie, oldie, oldie. We're taking it back,
all right, guys,
baby.
I'll leave you here with Kate for the next hour.
And boop, and scoop, and boobly doop, and
So watch Bring It On.
Watch Bring It On, or don't. And
watch Bring It On, because we'll be bringing it
bringing it around town. Don't forget, if you like the pod, give us a little likey, a little reviewy.
Please give us a
kind
review.
words.
Please, okay? We are still being hidden by the Lounge Lizard cigars.
Someday I'll get on search engine optimization, but I'll get around to it.
Bye-bye.